sorry about that, guys. That was my special guest for this week. The reason why she's cursing up a storm is because she did this out of complete reluctance to do this movie, but I keep reminding her that her contract is almost up. Just one more after this, and then that'll be done. Okay, Amanda Waller, okay? You better as hell keep your promise, because I'm tired of this bullshit, especially with this goddamn one. Son of a fucking bitch. Oh, God. You seem a little tense there. Care to divulge as to why? I'm tense as fuck because I saw this bullshit coming a mile away one goddamn year ago. Okay? One goddamn year ago, I saw this coming. I warned you of this bullshit that was about to happen, and it happened, and it shouldn't have happened, because since I foretold it, that doesn't mean we should fucking bother. But no, you decided to bother with this goddamn bullshit again, and here we fucking are 1 year later doing this bullshit when I already knew it would turn out this fucking bullshitly. And care to explain to the audience at home what exactly you're talking about? I'm talking about motherfucking Hunger Games. I told you 1 year ago when we did the goddamn review of Hunger Games Catching Bullshit or whatever the hell, part 1. It's not catching bullshit. Oh, that's right. Mocking bullshit or whatever the hell. Part 1. Ugh. I told you during that review, I told you, yes, you told me that several times. I told you that the next one will be as fucking bullshit as this one because they goddamn separated one book into 2 goddamn movies. And you were like, I don't think that's true, I think that the second one will be good, Well, guess what? I called that this one will be just as shitly as the first one. It's part 1. And so here we goddamn are talking about it. So anyway, hello folks, I haven't properly introduced myself. I am the Gravitalk, and as the kind Amanda Waller just clarified just now, the 1 year ago, she and I reviewed the third Hunger Games movie, Mockingjay Part 1. And this year, we are reviewing Mockingjay Part 2. And this is the second part of the finale of Hunger Games. Now, I'm gonna say whatever fucking goddamn person else out there has been saying, but guess what? The fact that it happened meant that it's worth saying, even if everyone else is saying it. This fucking bullshit should have not been split up into 2 goddamn movies. That should not have happened. Not at all. There's no goddamn reason why this bullshit had to be split into 2 movies. No reason at all. Well, I can see one reason. Yeah, I know, because it makes the money, I know, because they were like, why should we make 1 movie worth of money out of this when we can make 2 movies worth of money? So let's split the bullshit into 2 parts. Ugh. I agree with you on this, but I do believe that there are a few problems that this movie has that are not because of its being split into 2 movies. And we'll explain why once we divulge on the movie properly by dissecting it piece by piece. Just like the goddamn movie makers dissected this movie into 2. Okay, how many times are you gonna keep being pissed off about that? Until some people goddamn listen to me. Listen, y'all, you fucking bullshitters. You gotta stop splitting up your goddamn book into 2 movies. Stop with that bullshit. Just stop. Yeah, I think they're listening to you though, Amanda Waller. There's tons of movies that have followed Hunger Games, but they, instead of splitting their movies up, are instead keeping it one movie. I think Divergent is doing that. Well, too bad we don't review those. Well, yes, but we do review Maze Runner, and they're not splitting up their movie, their last movie. Well, good. Too bad we have to frickin' review it anyway. Yes, that will come in 2017. God damn it. Yes, but anyway, no, but let's focus on the Hunger Games, shall we? Yes, last year we reviewed the 3rd Hunger Games film, and now we're going to review the 4th one. Last year should have been the goddamn last time we reviewed a Hunger Games movie, by the way. Yes, I know you clarified that. Thanks for clarifying it again. But anyway, so we pick up directly where we left off in this Hunger Games universe, where Katniss Everdeen has been strangled almost to death by Peeta, where Peeta went all, "Why, you little," and she was like, yeah, get it like the Simpsons. But anyway, yes. So after Bart Everdeen was almost strangled to death, we begin the movie with her having her neck collar removed and her having to be healed back to health. Yes, because her vocal cords were all injured and now she can barely speak. She's all like, yes! So anyway, but now you might think that this isn't too much of a big deal, but it is in Katniss's case, because what's very interesting about these movies is that they're a little, even though they've paved the way for all of these post-apocalyptic teen romance, like rebellion type movies where the teenagers are like, rebel! What's interesting is that even though they paved the way for that, these movies actually are not like those in the fact that our protagonist isn't actually all that heroic, not even at all, really. In fact, she's just a normal girl who was just thrusted into the spotlight when she and Peeta won the first Hunger Games, and so she's been used to look like a heroic figure, even though she's not as heroic as she's presented to be to the poor people. Yes, so this movie continues to use the interesting theme that was in the previous one, which is all about propaganda. Yes, about how sometimes propaganda can be more powerful than the actual soldiers. Propagandizing, if that's a word, probably not, but propagandizing stuff instead of actually using actual heroics, instead actually present as heroics, make it seem all heroic and whatnot, even though it is not. Yeah, but this goddamn movie goes against that towards the middle of the film. Yes, it does go against that a little bit, but you can't help but know why it does, and you can't blame them for why it skews off of that a little bit. But anyway, it does go back a little bit to that in a different way later. But we'll divulge on what the hell we're talking about when we get to it, okay? So anyway, yes. So now that she has a strangled vocal cords, we're gonna see how she heals back to health. Well, it's through the power of editing, because in the next scene she's perfectly fine. Yay, editing! we don't have too much of those here. So anyway, yes. So she's all healed up now, and we see the rest of the crew, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so relieved that my vocal cords healed. Isn't that right, crippled man over there?" And the crippled man is like, "Yep. God damn it, fuck you." So anyway, yes. So the movie picks off where it left off last time, continuing to do nothing as before. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. This movie doesn't goddamn do barely any bullshit. Yes, but we do do something. We do finally do something though. So Katniss, and what the something that Katniss does is she reunites with her old soldier buddies from the previous film. Well, they're not exactly soldier buddies. They're more like filmmakers. They're more like guerrilla style filmmakers, but they're freaking good at it. You know, you got Captain Phasma there, and you got Foggy Nelson there, still mute, and Foggy Nelson's translator, and some other guy, and of course, you also got Cottonmouth there. Well, what the fuck did you just say? You don't understand. I'm calling him Cottonmouth because he's about to play Cottonmouth on the Luke Cage show. Oh, okay, fine. Then why didn't you just lead with that instead of just instead of just making me about to hit you in the fucking face? So sorry about that. Yes. Should I not call him Cottonmouth though, even though he's playing a character called that in Luke Cage? I just call him Carl Stokes. That's the name of the guy in the comic books, his real name. Okay, fine, Carl Stokes. So anyway, yes, that guy's about to play a pimp in the Luke Cage show. So anyway, so Carl Stokes is a leader of this brigade, and they are continuing with their efforts of making Katniss look more heroic than she actually is. But before Katniss does that, she has to test Peeta again to make sure that he is not still brainwashed to friggin' beat the shit out of her. Turns out he still is, kind of. So she's like, okay, screw you, I'm gonna go help this brigade buddies. So she does, and she stops the train, and it's like, oh sweet, more action! And she shows that she's heroic, and she actually does have the moxie in her that she's been presented. Too bad that she's been friggin' gunned down before the scene could actually get to some cool action. Yes, it ends abruptly, and what happens now is that everyone, the whole media, believes that Katniss is dead. Oh shit, Katniss is dead, or at least everyone believes it. And the supreme leader with the one white strip in her hair. What the hell is her name? What the fuck is her name? Oh yeah, Julianne Moore's character. Julianne Moore, known as Coin, Officer Coin. What is with all these characters' names having names that don't actually make sense? Well, it's the future, okay? It's the future. Yeah, but, we've had names, currently right now, like John and Peter and Steve and Matthew and all these kinds of names that were used hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So, wouldn't they still be used in the future? Oh yeah, you're right. Kind of makes it kind of stupid why all these characters have names that don't really sound like names at all, like Katniss, Peter, Gale, Haymitch, Effie, Alma, Plutarch, the Colonius, Coriolanus, Finnick, Johanna, BT, Cressida, Primrose, Bugs, Palor, Caesar, Anna Barbunbera, Castor, Pollux, Mesella, oh god, Yo-Yo, Gigi, Puka, PP, Popo, Taco, Spraycan, Phoebe, Chichu, Penguin, Yo-Yo. You already said Yo-Yo. I know. Tuca, Pico, Choo-Choo, monkey, and Donald Trump. So anyway, moving on from that. Well, that was a lot longer than I wanted that to be. So anyway, I'm out of breath from that. Yeah, you put way too much effort than you meant to. Yes. So anyway, Commander Coin, still stupid name, and Philip Seymour Hoffman, they are, by the way, I was breaking up in tears when I said Philip Seymour Hoffman. Not laughing. If you thought I was laughing, no, I was crying for that because, he's dead. So anyway, I'm just being awkward all kinds of. So anyway, so they see this as an opportunity, to show that, hey, she did not, if you guys win this freaking war with the Capitol, she will not have died in vain. And Katniss is like, wait a minute, you guys have been hyping me up as a freaking war hero this whole time, that I actually feel like one now, and I want to get it out of my system, and I'm all inspired now, so why don't I actually do that now? And they're like, no, we're done with you, Katniss. You can reveal yourself later after the war is done, but for now, be in freaking hiding. So she's like, oh, screw you guys. And she decides this by the bald lady. A lot of people don't remember who the fuck this is because she had hair before. But anyway, she's bald now. And she's like, hey, freaking asshole. It's me. Remember I stripped naked in the second one, even though you didn't see anything? And Katniss is like, yes. And then we see a wedding. And we see, that dude... from the, that blonde dude from the second movie finally gets married to his, lovey, and they have a big, fancy wedding, and they have dances, and they're all dancing, and it's so happy. Well, one of them is gonna frickin' die. Yes, that is a dead giveaway that one of those two are gonna die, and during this, ceremony, Katniss is like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I am going to sneak into one of those cargo ships, and I'm gonna join the fight. I'm gonna join the freaking goddamn war. And she decides this right when she decides to dance with her little sister, and they're dancing and they're twirling in the during the ceremony, during the dancing, and they're twirling and they're twirling and they're twirling and they're twirling and they're twirling. Okay, stop twirling. Stop twirling. Oh God, you're making me motion sick. Stop it! Oh, they're still twirling. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. God damn it! You gotta learn how to hold your goddamn lunch. Are they still twirling? Yes, they're still twirling. Oh, God! Oh, cut to the next scene! Cut to the next scene! Oh, God, we cut to the next scene, God. Finally, oh, God. Oh, that was torture on my stomach. Anyway, so she stows away into one of the cargo ships and shows up, at, the war place, whatever the hell, where we see this, strong, independent woman, and she's strong and independent, and, she's clearly gonna eventually be the president at the end of the movie. So Katniss, shows up, and everyone sees her and they're like, holy shit, it's freaking Katniss. And she gets reunited with Liam Hemsworth, who of course is the third point of that triangle. Everyone's been like, oh, who's it gonna be? Who is she gonna end up with? Even though there's way bigger fucking stakes in this movie than a freaking love triangle. Jesus Christ. Anyway, God damn it. So she reunites with him, and he brings her to this secret brigade, a new brigade of people, and it's like, ooh, sweet, new people, and we got this tough woman who's a part of the brigade, and some guy there, and two twins. the twins, Yakko, Jacko, sure, why not, twin sisters, sister, and so I'm like, well, it's all nice to have a new brigade and whatnot, but I kinda miss the old brigade. There was more variety in the previous brigade. Oh, sweet, they're freaking here! Yes, apparently the whole point of the new brigade is to be the face of the old brigade. Oh, wow, I didn't realize how complicated this is.
Well, that's what you get for having a movie more about war propaganda than actual war.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, so as this is happening, back at the base, Coin is like, oh, yes, oh, you can use me for money, oh, because I'm a coin.
That's friggin' stupid joke I've ever heard.
Yes, I know it's stupid. Anyway, yes, but what she actually says is like, oh, we can pretend that, this was our, plan the whole time. Isn't that right, Philip Seymour Hoffman? Yes. Oh, I made myself sad. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Anyway, so yes. So, their whole, so the whole goal now is to storm the Capitol. Get fuck rid of the, evil snowman, the Edward Snowden. Or whatever the hell his name.
Something Snow. I don't friggin' know. Snow. Just call him friggin' Snow.
Yes, freaking Snow. So anyway, so yes, so they need to defeat the abominable snowman played by Donald Sutherland, and so they have to get to the Capitol, but they have to go through this entire huge ass city that has been evacuated. They have to get through the whole city that has been booby trapped. Yay, boobies!
Not that kind of boobies.
Oh, god damn it. Anyway, yes, so they go through the booby trap, and they have to get through these giant big ol' automatic Gatling guns. But then one of them gets hit, and it's Carl Stokes. No, not Carl Stokes. No. No. And as Carl Stokes is lying there about to freaking die, he does the predictable thing that most people who die that have military power in movies. He gives over his rank to someone else, and he gives it to Katniss. Yes, that means that even he has confidence that Katniss is more heroic than she thinks. That she does have the potential of being as heroic as she's presented to be to other people in the public media. It's true.
Or it could just be she happened to be the closest to him.
Yeah, maybe that too. But anyway, but then something is actually activated. A bunch of big old black goo. Yes, black goo comes flooding in out of nowhere. And it traps one of the characters. The one that I could have described as that guy. Yes, goodbye, that guy. Say goodbye to that guy. We will miss that guy, whoever the fuck that was. But anyway, yes, but there's other horrible conflicts going on at the same time. PETA is getting the fuck out of control.
Wait a minute, why the fuck is PETA here?
Oh, that's right, I forgot. A couple of other characters were added to this brigade. The guy who just got married was added.
Oh, that's right. One of them is supposed to die. I'm guessing it's him.
Yep, it's definitely him, because he's like, oh, we're gonna have our honeymoon at the Capitol. It's gonna be so great. I just married my wife, and we're gonna have a great honeymoon. But I have to go on war now. But as soon as I'm done with this war, then I'm gonna have a nice time with my wife. It's gonna be so great. We're gonna have such a great time. Yep, that character's gonna die. But also, PETA is there too.
And why the fuck is he here?
Well, he is here because to add more conflict, yay! then conflict happens, he loses it, he gets the fuck out of control, he keeps switching to wanting to kill the fuck out of Katniss, and then they, and then they knock him the fuck out to, sedate him and whatnot, and then they get into, one of the big old buildings, to escape the big black goo. I have experience with big black goo. You see, the trick is to just let it take you over, and then just stay there for several seasons, never to get out, and then get replaced by an inhuman instead.
You got into a personal place, did ya?
Yes, I did. Anyway, so the take charge lady's like, I don't know the fuck why, Carlos Stokes put you in charge, but I'm trying to gain control here, so I'm gonna point a freaking gun at you. And the other's like, no, you can't do that. No, we have to get this movie, keep going, okay? And she's like, okay, fine, let's just keep freaking going with this movie, god damn it. But one of the, twin sisters, was shut, so she has to stay there and be injured and whatnot. And the twin sister is like, I'm gonna stay with her because we're kind of a pair, we come in a pair, so you can't really have one without the other. We're like socks in that way. So they're left there in that building, and of course that building gets friggin' destroyed into pieces as soon as everyone got out. So basically it's almost like a horror movie. We're just following this group and seeing who gets picked off one by one as it happens.
Oh, that means that we should choose characters that we should hope survive. I hope Captain Phasma does not die. She's a freaking badass.
Yes, and so is Foggy Nelson. I, too, hope that Foggy Nelson survives. A good old mute Foggy Nelson, who does not say anything, but instead does sign language. Anyway, so they hide in this fancy schmance, snooty rich, mansion place, and it just so happens that snooty rich mansion place is playing it has a 4-dimensional, widescreen television system that plays the news, and they finally show up my favorite character, Stanyo Tucci, as that, douchebag Marge Simpson man, and he's like, oh, yes, I'm a snooty news reporter. Ooh. Yes, I'm snooty and I'm an asshole.
You're having too much fun with that.
Yes, you're right. Anyway, so snooty rich asshole Daniel Tucci, is explaining that he believes, and everyone should believe, that Katniss is dead, and he's like, take that, you friggin' asshole, Katniss, middle finger. And so now that Katniss is supposedly dead, the team is like, oh, good, that means we have the upper hand, so let's go into the sewers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So anyway, so yes, now they're in the sewer, and they have a long-ass break where they just sit around talking about shit, about what's going on, shooting the shit and whatnot, and they're just sitting there doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and it goes for goddamn too long. See, this is the reason why it was such a horrible bullshit mistake to split this up into 2 goddamn movies.
Yes, you see, usually, if a movie is going to be split into 2 parts, it should be because there's too much to put in the first movie. So much so that they have to they have to split it up into 2 movies. Like, I believe that's why we had, the last Harry Potter film split into 2 movies. Because they realized that there's so much to talk about that if we crammed it all into 1 movie, we'd be undermining some parts of it. We'd be simplifying too much of some parts, and it's way too all integral for us. So let's instead just adapt it all as long as it should be, but since it's too long for 1 goddamn movie, let's split it into 2. And I believe that was the logic for Harry Potter. And the logic for every other movie that has followed is, because Harry Potter did it. That's why Twilight had its movie divided into 2, and that's why this movie had its divided into 2, because Harry Potter did it, goddammit. So, But because of that, they did. But even though I did not read the book that this is based off of, I can easily tell though that you know what. If you know what, I do believe that you could have turned this into just one movie. You easily could have. Because there's a lot of downtime in this movie, a lot of silence and doing nothing.
Yeah, what should have happened is they took the third goddamn book and adapted into one movie. You got all this action-packed stuff happening in it, and it would have been perfectly fine. It would have been well-paced. It would have been fine. Sure, it might have been a little crowded with what not going on in there, but at least it would have been fine. It would have been a reasonable way to end this franchise. But instead of doing that, they decided, nope, let's not do that. Let's just freaking divide it into two goddamn movies. And by doing that, this wasn't too much to put in one movie. This was not too much to put into one movie. No. In fact, this was too little to put into two movies.
Yes, because, at least when The Hobbit did this, divided their one book into 3 movies, they added a whole shitload of stuff into those 3 movies. But what this movie did is, instead of, by stretching it out into 2 movies instead of 1, they're just stretching it out, which means there's a lot of open gaps now in the story. So instead of filling those gaps with a bunch of more story like the Hobbit films did, instead, what the Hunger Games did, by filling in those gaps is, what they did instead to fill in those gaps is, fill them in with nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yep, just a bunch of goddamn awkward silence.
Yep. Just a bunch of awkward silence going on for a bunch of scenes and just people whispering going, I want to go out with this character, but I like this other character, and I care about this other character, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and we're like, just get to the freaking action already.
And that's why I knew this goddamn thing would happen. I knew it.
Yes, I know you called it. Are you gonna keep saying that?
Yes, I am. As soon as we're done with this goddamn review, I'll stop.
Okay, fine. Anyway, so after the long ass break, they finally decide, let's finally get back into action.
Yeah, but they were forced to by giant-ass naked mole rat zombies.
Yes, naked mole rat zombies. They basically look like a cross between xenomorphs and naked mole rats. So the naked mole rat xenomorphs are chasing them through the sewers, and they eat the translator of Mute Foggy Nelson. No, not the translator of Mute Foggy Nelson. No, now no one understands him. Oh, that guy supplied his voice, and now he has no voice. Now he's just Mute Foggy Nelson.
Yeah, he can live by himself. He's fine. He's perfectly fine. They don't really need to know what he's saying. I mean, he can just show it through his pantomime skills.
Yeah, I guess so. He's a mime, goddammit, and he's a good one of that. He should be used by Sia, not that other one. So anyway, also the Take Charge lady dies too. Goodbye, Take Charge lady, you barely did anything, and so did that other guy. But at least he supplied the translating of Foggy Nelson, And, big surprise, someone dies who we called a million miles away, dying.
Yep, the guy who just got married. I called it, you called it too, we both called it.
Yep, as soon as he got married, as soon as they made a big old deal about his marriage, we thought, yep, that character's gonna die immediately, and he does. He gets eaten by a whole bunch of naked mole rat xenomorphs. And so now that he is killed by these xenomorph mole rats, all there is left now is Peter and Liam Hemsworth and Katniss and Mute Foggy Nelson and Captain Phasma. They're all that's left now. All the notable characters and not the ones who we forget the names of. Anyway, so now that they're all that's left, they have to seek refuge in this cat person's place. Wait a minute, there's cat people now? What the fuck?
Yeah, usually when movies take place in the post-apocalypse, usually the anthropomorphic animals show up right away. They don't just show up right when you're almost done with your freaking post-apocalyptic story.
Well, I'm not sure. Is this a cat lady? I'm not sure.
No, I think she's just a normal lady who just had plastic surgery to make herself look like a cat lady.
Oh, so she's one of those freaks who always show up on National Geographics on the TV channels.
Yep, that's essentially what she is. But don't say freak. That is insulting.
Well, some of them like being called freaks. They're like, oh, thank you. Yes, I purposely mutilated my face into looking something that's not human. Yeah, life is going great for me. Anyway, so yes, so she was mutilated into looking like a cat because I guess Edward Snowden, wanted it or something. And she's like, okay, fine, you guys can hide in my basement. There, you freaking happy, you assholes. I'm a cat person. I'm gonna go cough up a hairball and play with a giant yarn ball because I'm a cat person. Anyway, so now that they're hiding in another place, they're gonna continue lounging around, talking about personal issues, being quiet and whispering again.
God damn it! Is this like the 4th or 5th time this has happened?
Yep, a lot of downtime in this movie. But then they're like, hey, let's finish this movie. I forgot this movie's supposed to have action. So they learn that that the entire city has to evacuate into the capital, and so the brigade is like, oh, this is our chance to storm the brigade by us sneaking in there to be one of the people being evacuated in there. But only 2 of them can do it because reasons, and those 2 are Liam Hemsworth and Katniss. So they disguise them with big ass hoods with that probably obviously draw people's attention to them because they're very noticeable. Like, hey, that guy is all mysterious. Like, oh, let's pay attention to him. Way to go with that, you friggin' disguisers. Anyway, so Katniss has to say goodbye to all of his friends as she does this. I don't know why, but she has to. So she's like, goodbye, goodbye, Captain Phasma. Goodbye, Peeta. Goodbye, Mute Foggy Nelson. By the way, Mute Foggy Nelson has his hair no longer pinned up to the back, revealing that he looks like Jesus. Yes, he's not just Mute Foggy Nelson. He's Mute Foggy Nelson. Jesus. Oh, he should have been the one to be propaganded as the savior of all these poor people. Not Katniss. This guy. Oh, Mute Jesus. He died for your mute sins. Anyway, so they leave the Catwoman's house and they go with all the evacuees, going into the capital. Yes, going into the capital where she's finally gonna do it. She's finally gonna assassinate asshole Snowden, evil President Snowman.
Yeah, finally! That goddamn asshole has had it coming for all these movies. I mean, he killed Baron Strucker in this one.
Yes! My god, he killed Baron Strucker! All of these supervillains are dying in this movie. Yes, so she's finally gonna do it. She's finally gonna do the big thing that these movies have been all leading up to. The showdown between her and evil Snowman. It's gonna happen. It's finally gonna happen. It's finally going to happen. I'm so excited. It's gonna be friggin' awesome. This build up, we've been building this up for 4 movies now. And now we're finally gonna get the grand finale of this franchise.
Yes, but there's this goddamn girl who's about to call out Katniss's bullshit.
Yes, well, it's okay, because then there's explosions! Yes, there's these little tiny, there's these little tiny parachutes with canisters in them, calling back to the original Hunger Games. Yes, it's like it used to be before, back when these films were about Hunger Games, even though they're not anymore, but we're still calling them Hunger Games because of name recognition. Yes, so they come down and they explode all the people, yes! Oh, and it's very interesting because it shows Katniss on the other side of the coin, because she realizes, wait a minute, I'm from the perspective of these people, and it freaking sucks to be on this side of the war too. All these people are dying and they didn't do anything. They were just minding their own snooty rich business, and they're being exploded. And the little girl's mother died. Oh, maybe Katniss will help her.
Nope, she just screws off. She doesn't help that little girl.
Okay, fine. But anyway, yes, so Katniss realizes this. Oh, maybe this will make it more difficult for her to finally take out Snowman.
Yeah, but then Liam Hemsworth gets his ass arrested.
Yes, and apparently he wants people to kill him now. He's like, kill me! Kill me! Oh, Jesus, aren't you kind of giving up a little bit too soon, Liam Hemsworth? Aren't you kind of calling the shots a little bit early? But anyway, but then one of the medical people show up, and it is Katniss's little sister.
Of all the coincidental bullshit to happen, why the fuck is she here all of a sudden, Katniss's sister?
Why, of course, for her to die, of course. Yeah, she explodes. Oh, no, Katniss's sister dies. Oh, and so Katniss is knocked unconscious. Oh, she's knocked unconscious. Oh, no. Oh, hopefully she will gain conscious so she can finally take out Snowden in the final epic battle, the epic battle this whole franchise has been leading up to. And then she wakes up. And she's finally woken, and it already happened. The war has already been won. It already happened. We fucking skipped over the fucking climax of the movie? We skipped over the war ending? Do you mean to tell me that we skipped over it? Oh!
I told you. I knew this. I'm not mad. You would think that I'd be the one freaking out, but no. I'm not freaking out. And you know why I'm not freaking out? Because I knew this would happen. I knew we'd be in for a letdown. I knew that. I knew it the whole time. We'd be in for a goddamn letdown. And we got it.
But I thought that was too stupid to happen. I thought for sure we would have an ending that would be worth all this build up to. But no, it ends extremely anticlimactic. It ends with her being unconscious during the war frickin' ending. Oh my god.
Yep, when she wakes up, the war is already over. The good guys already won. President Coin is already the supreme commander of everything. The snowman is already defeated. He's already sentenced to prison. Everything already happened. It's all done. And she slept through the whole goddamn thing.
God. At least when the main protagonist of the Hobbit films got knocked unconscious towards the climax of the final Hobbit movie, at least we actually saw what happened while he was unconscious, instead of being from the perspective of the person who was unconscious. Oh, this build-up. All this build-up to this big epic thing that was supposed to happen. And we don't even get to see it.
Yep, no excuse for that bullshit.
Well,
Oh, God damn it. Don't tell me there's an excuse for that. Don't you dare tell me there's an excuse for that bullshit.
well, there kind of is.
Fine. Care to explain why there should be an excuse for this bullshit?
Well, the reason why it's not all that bad is because maybe it's supposed to reflect on real life wars. You know, like kind of like how they did with the whole propaganda thing about how sometimes it's more of the propaganda that's the drive than the actual war doing. Maybe what's going on here is that they're trying to reflect on how sometimes a war will end and there's no big epicness to it. Sometimes it just happens just like that, and you know you don't even realize it happened. That's how quick it happens, and how anti-dramatic it is. You know, maybe they're trying to do that with this. Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Well, if they did, then why the fuck did they hop it up so goddamn much like it was the final one?
Well, maybe we should just blame the marketers of this movie for making it look like it was so much freaking more epic than it actually was. Or it could just be that maybe that wasn't really the way to go with a big epic blockbuster type film to be like, yep, we're gonna end the war anticlimactically. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, god damn it.
So yes, the war is over, and Snowden is trapped in a garden. And also another thing that gets glossed over, even though it didn't really seem to deserve to, was the fact that, what the hell, Katniss' sister died and they really barely even acknowledged that at all.
Yeah, they don't even outright say that she died. They just imply it the whole time. We're just left to figure it out on our own. In fact, if we didn't even know she died in the books, then probably we wouldn't even know right now that she died.
Yeah, they kind of glossed over that a little bit. Anyway, so evil President Snow is no longer president. He is held prisoner in a garden, and he's in the garden, and he's waiting his execution. And also being executed are all the people who aligned with him. They're all being executed.
Does that mean that Stanley Tucci's being executed too?
Yes, but they never show it. Does that mean we don't have no idea what happens to Stanley Tucci? No idea at all? We're just left to assume he dies or something? I wanted to see Daniel Tucci die. I wanted that character to go off with a big epic finale. I didn't want him to be just like, whatever. No, I wanted him to, I wanted us to at least see what happens to him, see what his ultimate fate is. Be like, oh, I'm a snooty rich reporter. Oh shit, I'm being hung. Yeah, that's what happened in my headcanon in regards to Stanley Tucci. Anyway, Snow is like, hello, Katniss. You think the movie is about to be over since I've been defeated and all the good guys are on top now. But what if the good guys are not the good guys?
I figured that out in the third movie that the guys that Katniss is working for are probably fucked up too.
It turns out that apparently Coin is just as bad as Snow.
Yes, and the only thing she has to prove this is from Snow saying that. That's it. And apparently she takes that by heart and she listens to him even though she's all that she's going by.
Well, maybe she had a really bad vibe coming off of Coin. You never know. But anyway, yes. So the movie ends with this big ceremony where they're about to execute Snow, and Snow is tied up to this big pillar, and so they give it to Katniss to have the honors of executing Snow with her trademark bow and arrow. So she marches up to Snow, and she's about to shoot Snow, but as she's about to shoot him, and he's just smiling, not giving a fuck. In fact, that's probably a great way for a villain to go out, by not giving a fuck that you're dying, being like, fuck you, I don't even care that I'm about to die. Peace out, bitches. But as she's about to do it, she realizes, wait a minute, maybe I should two birds with one stone. Get it? And shoot a coin instead, since it was just slightly implied that she's evil, even though I don't have enough information to back that up. But screw it, this movie's almost over anyway, so I'll just get it over with and kill her now. And it just so happens that that coin is conveniently above Snow, is conveniently above him, and so she's like, oh, this is convenient, she's right up over there, that means all I have to do is just re-aim just slightly and just shoot to her, and she's immediately dead. That's so convenient. I'm gonna do it right now. Pachoo! And she's dead. The President Coin is dead. Yay! President Coin is dead. And Snow is like, oh shit, everyone's tearing me apart. Oh yes, because as soon as Katniss assassinates Coin, the entire flood of people start flooding over to Snow because they're like, God damn it, if Katniss isn't gonna kill you to end this movie, then we're gonna do it. Let's take apart Snow, except don't show it, even though we've shown other bloody things in these movies. So yeah, so basically, the last time we ever see Snow is getting mobbed, Beatles style. Help! I need somebody! Help! Not just anybody! Help me!
That's such a stupid way for him to go out.
Yes, but at least he went out his own way. By laughing the fuck out. By laughing his friggin' ass off. Yes. Goodbye, Snow! Goodbye. So anyway, so Katniss is taken by her protection over to one of the buildings, and instead of oh wait a minute, I just realized something.
What?
You know what? Maybe there was more to back up the fact that it's a good thing she shot Coin.
Why?
Because Coin wanted to do another Hunger Games. She wanted another Hunger Games to happen of, kids killing the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, but she said it would be a metaphorical Hunger Games or something like that.
Yeah, but apparently it was going to be enough like the Hunger Games where Katniss wanted to kill her. So, yes, that's a good reason why Katniss killed her then.
Yeah, but she didn't... wasn't the reason why they were going to do it was because she voted for the Hunger Games?
Oh, right. Oh, shit. Oh, so anyway, who cares? Coin is dead, and that's all that matters. And also the meeting where they had decided on this included all the major characters there, except for Liam Hemsworth, because apparently he did something that ticked Katniss off, and Katniss is like, screw you, Liam Hemsworth. You didn't protect my family, even though there is no way you could have. So fuck off, go away from this movie. And Liam Hemsworth is like, fine. See if I care. My brother is freaking Thor. I could potentially play a young Han Solo. So anyway, so that leaves this meeting to have all the other characters, like the wheelchair man and Peeta. And Woody Harrelson, who I forgot was in this movie until just now. I remembered. But wait a minute, Plutarch is not there. Philip Seymour Hoffman is not there.
That's probably because this was made after he died.
That's probably why. And they don't even explain it in the movie itself why he's not in that meeting scene. They're just like, he's taking a shit right now. So anyway, speaking of scenes that Philip Seymour Hoffman is not in, probably because he passed away, when Katniss, cut back over to when Katniss was hiding in this place after just killing Coin, and then apparently what was going to go here is Philip Seymour Hoffman was going to show up and tell Katniss like, hey, that was freaking awesome what you did. You didn't disappoint with that. Even though it was freaking out of bounds and unorthodox, okay, fine. I kind of didn't like her that much either, Katniss. So we didn't approve of it, but at the same time, we're like, hey, thanks though, because we were eventually going to do that, but by you going ahead and doing it, you kind of save us a lot of time. So thanks, Katniss. Cool, man. Cool. You're cool. But unfortunately, Philip Seymour Hoffman was not there to do it. Probably because of you know why. He died. So instead, Woody Harrelson was there to take his place and give him a message from Cedar Seymour Hoffman saying that. So it's kind of like being at the Oscars, where instead of the person being there, someone accepts it on their behalf. So anyway, Woody Harrelson is there to take the place, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna pretend to be Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna give you a letter from Philip Seymour Hoffman explaining what the hell happened.
Also, I think we saw a CGI Hoffman earlier.
Yeah, I think we did. I think there was a CGI Hoffman when Coin died. There was a CGI Hoffman because otherwise you'd be wondering like where is Philip Seymour Hoffman there? This is less understandable than the meeting scene, because at least for that, he was taking a shit. But here, this would be too important. This would be way too important to have a shit during. This would be something he would hold it for. So for that they CGI'd him. Man, I am really stomping all over Philip Seymour Hoffman's grave right now with all this I'm saying right now.
You're doing a good taste. You're doing a good taste.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll take your word for it. So anyway, after Katniss reads the letter from a dead man, she's like, okay, fine. I guess that means the movie is finally over, so I can go to my house now. So she goes back to where the whole movie began, back in her district, with her with Effie Trinket there too. Effie Trinket, who is another character we also forgot the existence of, and she goes back to her house, to this big fancy place, because that's where she was in the second movie. And she goes there, and the cat is there from the previous films, the fluffy cat, whatever the hell. And she's like, "Go away, cat! Go away, you piece of shit, cat! My sister is dead. I'm finally acknowledging it now. She's dead, okay? Get the fuck out of here." And the cat is like, "Screw you, bitch. I'm staying the fuck here. You fucking asshole. You can't tell me what the fuck to do. I'm a cat, you fucking asshole, bitch. I'm a cat. I'm a cat." So anyway, so she's like, "Okay, fine. Stay, cat. Whatever." And so time goes by, and she gets over the post-traumatic stress and whatnot, and she spends time with Effie Trinket and Woody Harrelson, and then Peeta is gardening in front of her, and she's like, hey, it's me, Peeta. I heard that you told Liam Hemsworth to screw off for whatever reason. Does that mean that we can hook up now? And Katniss is like, well, it's the end of the movie, so yeah, sure, let's hook up. So we cut to several years later, where they have kids, even though they still look like they're in their early 20s and a little bit too young to have kids, but who cares, they have kids. And she looks at one of the kids and she's like, "Hey, little kid, I'm your friggin' mother. I have some horrible memories from the past. And I wish these memories were more epic than they actually were. But anyway, I have to sleep with them all the time. But now I am done with those horrible memories. And now I have kids. And there's the movie. The movie is done now. It's over. Ugh." So that was the final Hunger Games movie. The last Hunger Games movie we will ever see in all of its anticlimactic glory.
And that pretty much sums it up. Anticlimactic as fuck. And I tell you why. Because they split this up into 2 movies.
Yes, I know. They split it up into 2 movies. We get it, Amanda Waller. We get it. You were right. It was just as mediocre as the third one. And it's a shame too, because with me, it's like the first one was very intriguing and interesting and, enticing. And the second one was even more so, that it hyped me up like, oh shit, this is going to be an awesome franchise. It's picking up. It's going to be awesome. And then the third and fourth one are like, exactly like that. Just meh, and then just meh all around. And you're right, if they had packed this into one movie, sure, it would have been a lot, but it would have been great for a finale. Just action packed all around, all this stuff happening, instead of just stretching it all out with all this downtime and lounging around and whatnot. So it felt very slow as a result. and very anticlimactic to end it this way. So yes, I do believe that it was a mistake to split this up into two movies because it sacrificed the storytelling aspect of it.
Yep, but apparently it paid off because it made them a shit ton of money, twice as the amount as they could have if they did one. It worked. The goddamn people did it. They won. The producers won. They got all the money. They did it. They have the last laugh at this situation.
Yes, I know it paid off financially for them. But anyway, but yeah, it's just a shame too, because I do see this as a woulda, shoulda, coulda, in that it would have, should have, and could have been 3 movies instead of 4. So yeah, so because of that, that is why the movie suffers. Is because it could have been a lot tighter if they just packed the 2 into 1. But as it stands, there are a few other problems with it that that could have been there even with it being 2 movies, such as constantly switching to other characters caring about their own personal lives. Oh, I got my personal life to care about. But anyway, but yes. But anyway, so that's the Hunger Games final movie. Could have been better than it actually was executed. And also they could have felt more like a finale than it actually was. But then again, that could have been what they're going for, is the whole moral being like, hey, sometimes wars are not going to end all finale-esque like. Sometimes it is going to be a downer when you end it, because you realize that your friggin' best friends are all dead, and you've just friggin' killed people, and there's blood on your hands and all the time. So sometimes, war does end that way, where it's not as finale-esque as you want it to be. Sometimes it does end on a downer, on a somber, whimpering note. And with that, I do, I at least do, have to hand it to them for that aspect, for not being, for not being scared enough to go with the traditional way of ending a war movie, instead of being like, you know what, let's end this the way it might actually, if this had actually happened in real life, twist,
Yeah, we're probably not gonna have a Hunger Games in real life.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, let's rate the movie now. Let's rate it. Would you prefer to either watch this movie or be brainwashed into strangling a naked mole rat xenomorph to the point where the naked mole rat xenomorph shoots Jackal Jacks at you, or whatever the hell those things were, Cracker Jacks, Cracker Barrels, whatever?
That thing, because I don't want to see this freaking goddamn movie again. It just reminds me too much of avoidable bullshit that we could have easily avoided, but didn't. So I'm going to say no, I would not watch this again. I would instead happily strangle whatever the hell you just said.
Well, okay then. Well, I, on the other hand, will instead choose, Okay, here's the thing. By itself, probably not. But with the other movies, maybe this might play out better if it's like binge watch. Like first the first movie, the second movie, third and fourth movie. Like maybe it works better that way, where it's all one cohesive story. Or, but then again, maybe there is the chance that by watching it with all those other movies, you just remind yourself of the freaking awesome buildup of the first 2 movies, that all the more disappointing when you get to the whimper of the second 2 movies. So, yeah, I guess I'll go with you on that. I would also instead strangle a naked mole rat xenomorph to the point where it spitted Cracker Jack barrels at me. So that's it, everybody. That's the review of the final Hunger Games movie. And this is the penultimate review with me and Amanda Waller, because we got just one more and then that is it.
Although, you know what? Maybe I will come back every now and then, maybe. I don't know.
You mean it?
I'm not sure anymore. I don't know. Oh no, I think you're getting to me. I'm beginning to feel things in my head, things of happiness doing this with you. Jor doing reviews. Oh, God.
Yes, I knew it. You admit it. You like doing this with me.
Oh, God, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Oh, God.
Oh, she left. That was unexpected. Okay, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next time when I review a movie that harkens back to the third ever movie I reviewed on this YouTube channel. The third one. So Google right? And now, I'll see you then. And so, through and through, the Hunger Games were always destined to end the final installment exactly the same way that Harry Potter did. Which means they probably also will get a prequel involving an historical character from the past, or in this case, the future! Because these movies take place in the distant future. Oh shit, I just looked it up and it turns out I'm freaking right about it! Oh my god, I'm a fucking psychic!